Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our channel Paws On Animation and our Paws On Comic segment.
And today we're covering the Sonic the Hedgehog miniseries Scrapnik Island.
Yes, and this is another spin-off series from the IDW Sonic comic, only this time it centers around Sonic and Tails as they crash land on a mysterious island during the thunderstorm. Yes, and we're not kidding.
Yeah.
Now, it's considered one of the best yet spookiest stories that's perfect for Spooktober, and after reading it for ourselves, we can definitely see why. But
before we start, be sure to like, subscribe for notifications on future podcasts and Water Paws videos.
And thank you so much for joining us today, guys. Subscribing, sharing our videos, commenting. We appreciate everything you do. Thank you. Thank you. I remember when Rascal told me, okay, read this. She read it first, and she passed it to me. And I had been delaying reading this stack of Sonic books for a while. But after I read this one, the first thing I told her is, we got to talk about this one.
Yes.
It was really good.
Yes.
Really, really good.
Yes. And it's been one I'm wanting to get for a long time, probably since last year. Because when we go on to Twitter or X or even YouTube, this is hailed as one of the best Sonic stories and one of the best of the mini-series / spin-offs in the comics. And we hear that a lot, and sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't. Depends on our view when we read it. And this was, I think, the last one we hadn't read. We read all the other miniseries, including the crossover. So we said it was perfect for October. Let's go ahead and read it. And we could definitely see why it became so popular. It's one of those stories that people want to see be done into an animated movie or an OVA.
True. Now, for those of you not familiar with Scrapnik Island, it's a location that appears in the Sonic the Hedgehog series. And it's a makeshift island created on the debris of an old Death Egg model. It's the home to the Scrapniks, guarded and protected by Mecha Knuckles. Yes, there is a Mecha Knuckles.
Of course there is. Hey, Sonic can have all the fun.
So, I mean, there's a really deep lore going on for this story and for the different locations within the Sonic universe. I love how they've taken the time to create something original and different. And again, it has a lore. I mean, I didn't expect all that when I read it. And then it was referencing other books where characters appear. And I was like, oh, wow. And then how the Scrapniks came to be. And you could see looking at them whom they were supposed to be imitating.
Right.
And I was like, wow, okay. This is really good.
Yeah.
And Sonic being Sonic, of course, doesn't want to leave them and not help them. Especially the one that has a lot of problems that looks like Knuckles.
Right.
And it was just typical Sonic faction. I've got to help.
Right. And it's one of those instances where you're kind of confused on when people talk about this character online. And again, we want to emphasize that, you understand, there has been different eras of Sonic people love and don't like. And usually there's a particular favorite. And they don't like to see it change from there. And we understand every portrayal is different. Even different countries, he's portrayed differently. And one weird thing we always see is that him wanting to help bad guys or people reform seems to be against character.
He's the video game Tanjiro.
Yeah. Yes. And it has been
and Deku.
Right, it's both. What the hell? It's been sort of not a discourse, but it's been sort of a issue some people have had a few times where when he wants to help others, there's someone that's a bad guy and want him to have another chance to reform or join the hero side, or do they stay with Eggman? And a lot of people take that as, well, these people are not going to change. Why bother helping? And then you get mad when they don't want to become good. It's hypocritical. It's like, one, it's a little too much you're reading into this.
Yeah.
And two, well, if he's supposed to be a hero, not a superhero, but still a hero, wouldn't he be the type of person to help? It's not like a lot of these other shows or stories now where the good guy just will take out a bad guy or refuse to help because it's not worth their time. This is not that type of character. And I think that's established in every region you see this character.
True. Now, for this specific story, you have Sonic and you have Tails that are the ones who are engaging with the Scrapniks. So the climate disruptor caused a large storm, damaging the nearby tornado.
I think that's
Sonic
that's that
Tails
little plane.
Right. And so they ended up crashing onto the island. And Sonic hurts his ankle. And it's like, you have been injured so many times.
Yeah, that's
and we
what
know he heals quickly like the Flash.
Yeah.
But apparently not quick enough because he fell unconscious.
Yeah. And when he wakes up, he's got some sort of brace on his foot. So they already give you a pretty good hook within the first few pages. They crash on somewhere, you don't know where they are, they've been separated, and Sonic can't run.
Right.
And it made it clear he can't run almost the entire book, so there's already a handicap there.
And also gives you a different story.
Right.
Compared to the normal, gotta go fast.
Yeah.
He had to go smart.
Yeah.
And he had to go heart.
Yes. And I like that they did the story in a much different way, because when he wakes up, you're in the dark just like him.
Right.
And it looks like it's about to go Five Nights at Freddy's in the beginning, and then they reveal like, oh crap, is this going to be the whole story where it's just nightmare fuel? And then it continues, and at first it kind of leads you to thinking, oh, this is probably false advertising. It starts out spooky, and then like, oh, it's nothing. It's just little robots, and they're fine. But it lulls you into a false insecurity as it goes on. You can see something else is happening.
Because the Scrapniks end up being friendly.
Yeah.
And talking to him and saying they want to help.
Yeah.
And then telling him what they could do in order to help them. Well, there's one Lone Ranger.
Of course.
And that's the Scrapnik
Sonic, a Mecha Sonic. Like, wait, there's a Mecha Sonic. You made a Metal Sonic, and he made a Mecha Sonic. Like, Eggman, you running out.
Well, didn't the Mecha Knuckles distrust him too at first?
Well, yeah, because they kept building that one up in the background.
Right.
You thought he was kind of like, oh,
and
no,
that's
he
the
just
one
protects.
you thought was going to do something.
Right. It's like, oh, no, he's just stuck on protection mode, and that's it.
And
like,
then, oh, okay. And then, as you say, you get the Mecha Sonic.
Yeah, it's
and
like, what
he was like, It might be a little jealousy, too. Like, I'm the real Sonic, not you.
Right. You got Metal Sonic already being a thorn in the side. Now you got this one, too. And I didn't even know this character existed. And they explain where it's from, thankfully, in case you're in the dark. And it's from one of the games that I guess they put into a comic form. So you see how it got defeated and what was its point of view when it was defeated in the game. And I had never heard of it, so I ended up learning about another character in here. And you can tell, like you said, something's off with him as it goes on.
And they keep showing you, like, on The Simpsons, shifty eyes, shifty eyes, shifty eyes. You keep seeing the expressions. Yeah. And no matter how friendly Sonic tries to be, he's standoffish. Yeah. And then the other Scrapniks try to cover, going, oh, he's just, not as trusting. Yeah. He'll come around. And then but he didn't come around.
No. And that ended up being a surprise, because usually I like to do these type of stories where the group pretends to be friendly and then they want to eat them or do something to them, or it's something bad. Well, in this instance, the other Scrapniks really were friendly, and they broke away from Eggman's coding. Mecha Sonic never did, and they thought, oh, he's fine. Like you say, you just stand off, but like, no, it seemed like it's so strong, he's still following orders years after he's been scrapped, and he ends up being able to communicate, and he thinks that if he still does the job, he'll be able to go back to Eggman and be taken back. Like, no, when Eggman throws something out, he's done. Yeah. It's like, even if he did come back, he'd be like, what do you need here for?
Yeah. And what was the character that found that out? The one who, oh, I admire you.
Oh, it's Starline.
Yeah, Starline found out the hard way.
It's like, you people need to stop admiring Eggman. He doesn't care.
So, as you said, this really looked like it was going to go dark because you were lulled. And then it gets there again, and he just doesn't change his mind. He wants to take out Sonic. Yeah. And Sonic, you see the fear on his face being reflected and the fear in his eyes. And he's still trying to talk to him and still trying to rationalize with him and get him. It wasn't working for a while.
Yeah.
And then Miles had to help.
Yes. And for ones who are looking for a different Sonic story, you definitely have it here.
Yeah.
Because by the end, you do get, of course, a happy ending, or else there'd be no comic series. But there was a pretty deep message by the end that you didn't expect, because you have a history of these Sonic villains, and if you read the main one, there's a big theme about the freedom of choice that people realize is in the stories, and their freedom to be a hero, be a villain, and to reform, or to go to the dark side, like Star Wars. And one of the biggest things they've had in here is like with Eggman, when he actually had forgotten who he was and became Mr. Tinker, and it was legitimate, and someone else messed it up and made him go back to being evil. You just
told him. Who's the guy's name again?
Yeah.
He did it.
Yeah. So Starline. Yeah. So there's a theme in here with...
Well, you can tell how much I dislike him. What's his name again?
What?
Starline.
Yes.
He's the one who dislikes.
And when you get to this story, it seems like it's going a similar route, where you have all these good Scrapniks, but this one wants to stay being evil and wants Eggman to take him back and everything. And they even do a big reference to the Sonic OVA, only with a different ending. And I like that they keep that theme in here. And there was always a choice. Like, they took from Spider-Man. They took from the Spider-Man movies. And even the robots had an opportunity to change and be good.
And I was going to say, and like Peter Parker, Tom Holland, Peter Parker. I was going to say that, so that works right in. Yeah, they all have that. I want to still help. I know you can be better. You can do better. I want to give you another opportunity to change. Tails, to me, was a little more observant and leary versus Sonic. Because I was like, oh, no. And Tails was just on it. Tails was on it.
Yeah, he can't hurt his big bro. So true.
So as you said, it was a happy ending. If you haven't read it, I guess maybe we don't want to spoil it, or do you want to tell them?
Yeah, let's not spoil it just in case, because we see that not too many people have read these comics, whether physically or on digital, and whether it be because they don't have access or they prefer the Archie Sonic, and totally understandable. But you should definitely give these a read. And the comic series has its flaws, it even has some things you may not like, but in the long run of it, they're very well made. And all the miniseries, I think except for maybe one, we have thoroughly enjoyed. They have done really great jobs on just about every miniseries and the recent crossover they've had with Sonic.
And very memorable characters, additional characters.
Right.
So 2 pieces of trivia for you. On this one, Scrapnik Island's role bears some resemblance to that of the island of Misfit Badniks from the Archie Sonic the Hedgehog comic series.
Okay.
And curiously, an advertisement for the Sonic the Hedgehog Scrapnik Island graphic novel featured on the back cover of the Sonic the Hedgehog number 63 even refers to the Scrapnik Island as the ultimate island of Misfit Badniks.
Oh, so it's cool they do references to the old comic.
Yes.
And I think that's one last thing to mention, is that the artwork is very well done.
Yes.
It's not that, I mean, it pairs well with the story. The story was very well written, especially from a writer that doesn't normally write Sonic. And then the art style fits perfectly for this, and it has that really eerie, spooky undertone. And it really does fit for October, because it's like one of those scary stories in a way.
And hopefully you've been able to see that in the pictures that you've been seeing as well. So if you've read Scrapnik Island, let us know in the comments. Did you enjoy it as much as we did? Do you own it? When did you read it? Tell us what you think. If you haven't read it, again, we recommend it. This is a great month to check it out. Come back and tell us what you think.
And if you haven't already, subscribe for updates, spooky videos for anime series, anime shows, and all things animation.
Yes, and thank you so much for joining us today and subscribing. As always, you are special.
Thank you so much for watching Rascal Entertainment
and Mom Entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.
And reporters sitting, flashing lights, trying to walk around, man. Who the hell are you? What you wanna do? Well, man, it's on you. Man, it's on you. Hit her in my dreams. She was my queen. A castle in the mountaintops, rivers and streams. Plucking sunlight from the sky in my pocket. Give it to you later on in the form of a locket.